When I was a kid, I loved Lord of the Rings. It had great characters, great action, and it was shot at beautiful locations, making you want to visit New Zealand just because of the movie. But what I loved above all else was the story. You have all these characters, most of them strangers to each other, come together to go on a grand adventure to accomplish one common goal. This sense of journey with a group of people who by the end are basically like family to each other always stuck with me. It made me fall in love with fantasy, and more than that, it made me fall in love with stories about an adventure. But what happens after the adventure ends? Once the main goal of the story is reached and it's time for the party to go their separate ways, what's more to tell? It's happily ever after, right? Frieren Beyond a Journey's End tells that story. It's literally in the title, Beyond Journey's End. They went on a big epic adventure and defeated the Demon King, brought peace to the land, and we start the story at the end of all of it. And let me tell you, it's phenomenal. Hi, I'm Sway, and I like anime. Today I'm going to be telling you why you should watch Frieren if you haven't already, because I truly believe it's an anime that we all need to see at least once. I will try not to spoil anything aside from the first episode. The anime starts off with an emotional gut punch. We see the party of heroes get back from their epic adventure defeating the Demon King. We got Himmel the hero, Eisen the warrior, Hyder the priest, and Frieren the mage. They reminisce on the 10-year journey they spent together and have an intimate moment while they watch the meteor shower that happens every 50 years. And Frieren's like, this view sucks. I know a better spot and I'll take you guys there next time. Himmel, being a human, can't help but laugh, unsure if he'd even be alive after 50 years. But they all agree to meet up to see the meteor shower again. Flash forward 50 years and they get together to see the meteor shower. Frieren, being an elf who are practically immortal for how long they live, hasn't changed one bit. While we see Himmel and Hyder have become old men, and even Eisen, a dwarf, starts to show his age a little bit. Nonetheless, they go on one last small journey and see the meteor shower, and boy, Frieren was right. The view is breathtaking. A short time later, and Himmel eventually passes away. Though Frieren has been shown to this point to be a dry, somewhat emotionless character, she finally breaks down into tears. You see, time is relative. Frieren has lived for over 1,000 years, so 10 years is nothing for her. While Himmel, being a human, 10 years is a pretty big chunk of his life. Himmel cherished his relationship with Frieren and saw her as a dear friend, while Frieren basically saw him as just another person she met and spent some small time with. While in the midst of tears, Frieren says, "I wish I've gotten to know him better." This moment right here is what changes Frieren forever. The 10 years she spent with Himmel were truly special to her, but she didn't realize how much until he was gone. From here on out, she sets out to really get to know the people she comes across. And that's the setup for the show. You eventually see Frieren meet new people and start to gather a new party, and they set out on a journey which basically emulates the same journey that she went on with Himmel. And we get to see how she chooses to do things different this time around. In preparation for this video, I asked my friend what he liked about the show, and he said, "I loved how it shows someone get a second chance at life." And I think that's spot on. Frieren is going to resonate with a lot of people who have lost loved ones, because when you do, at one point or another, you're going to feel just like Frieren and think to yourself, I wish I'd gotten to know them better. I wish I would have spent more time with them. I wish I would have played more games, watched more movies, eaten more food, even just talked to them more. That's exactly what happened with Frieren. She spent 10 years every single day with one person, and he passed away and she realized she didn't cherish that time together. Time is a pretty big theme throughout the show. We get this unique perspective by following someone who's lived for over 1,000 years and see how she sees time. One of my favorite small details of the show is how there can be a montage that lasts less than 30 seconds, and we jump months or years into the future. These montages are usually things that Frieren does automatically, like the autopilot moments of her life, when she's just going through the motions. Whether that's her looking for new spells or traveling to another town, she's really not present in those moments, so neither are we. The story always slows down when she meets someone significant, when she does things with meaning and purpose. We are present for those moments because that's when Frieren is living in the present. And throughout the anime, she starts to live more and more in the present as she starts building more and more meaningful relationships. And to be honest, there are countless videos of people praising how Frieren gives us a unique perspective on time and can explain it much better than me. But what I believe is the greater message we can get out of this story is relationships. Frieren is something so special because it shows you that you need to put in effort for relationships. Frieren will meet new people and spend time with them, but to really get to know them, she has to work for it. Ask them questions, have meaningful conversations, enjoy the moments and experiences they have together. We can't just go through life going through the motions on autopilot, or else we'll regret it just like Frieren did. This show is truly something special. I can go in depth and gush about it forever, but I don't really want to spoil anything else in the story. If you like fantasy or adventure stories, you should give this show a try. It has beautiful animation, fun action, great comedy, and even a romance so genuine that you don't really see very often. But more than all that, most episodes hit you with a great life lesson and leave you thinking of how you should apply it in your own life. I love shows that can be cool and funny, but also make you want to grow as a person. And Frieren is that type of show. So watch it if you haven't already and tell me what you think. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I am new to this YouTube thing. I am just trying to see what works and what I like to do, but I love anime and want to talk about it. So if you could help me out, like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do, that would be awesome. Thanks. Peace.